Integrating culture, content, and language is one of 6 StarTalk endorsed principles for effective teaching and learning. When teachers integrate culture, content, and language, they go beyond teaching the words and structures necessary for communication. They intermix information about the target culture, other disciplines, and the world into their lessons at the same time. At One World Now in Seattle, Washington, Russian instructor Dana Thompson is preparing a group of novice Russian learners for an upcoming study abroad program in Russia. In this lesson, she's preparing students to be able to purchase authentic souvenirs while they're abroad. Language teachers integrate culture by including the products, practices, and perspectives of the target culture in their lessons. The Successful Actful Intercultural Communication Proficiency Benchmarks and Performance Indicators state that novice students should be able to identify some typical products and practices related to everyday life in the target culture.
А это что? Матильда, скажи мне, что это?
Это книга.
Это книга.
As part of her lesson on souvenirs, the teacher introduces her students to some common Russian products they could purchase while on their study abroad program.
Гарри Поттер. The objects are believable. There are things that everyday Russians would use. The books and the newspapers allowed them to see the alphabet, even though they may not be able to read it. They can see it, they start to recognize the letters, so it reinforces that.
Another common cultural product students learn about is a traditional Russian scarf.
Это шарф. Да, это русский шарф.
These cultural products are not randomly chosen. Rather, they are specifically designed to prepare students for meaningful and purposeful communication.
In this particular lesson, it gets them excited because they're already like, oh, I want to get that, or I want to get this.
Коробка.
Students use the souvenirs in their language activities, building from simple phrases such as, "What is this?" to an unrehearsed role play in which they purchase a souvenir.
Здравствуйте.
According to the performance indicators, novice students should be able to identify products and practices to help them understand perspectives. In this lesson, the teacher brings in 2 sets of matryoshka dolls, one with a traditional design and one with a satirical political message.
Как вас зовут? Меня зовут Михаил Горбачев. Сталин. А вот Ленин. Маленький.
This allows her to allude to deeper cultural perspectives while teaching in the target language and maintaining a focus on communicative goals appropriate to novice learners. The teacher goes beyond introducing target culture products in her lesson by integrating content related to other disciplines. She brings in geography by showing students that the amber in a pair of earrings came from the Baltic Sea.
Где-то здесь. Это Балтийского моря, это янтарь. Это очень старый флаг.
She integrates social studies and history by showing students what a historical Soviet flag looked like.
$1.
She also integrates math by teaching students about rubles and the conversion rate between the ruble and the dollar.
Будет 63 рубля. Хорошо? $1 будет 63 рубля. They have to know the prices are, that there's 63 rubles to $1. So they had to learn the numbers up into the thousands. And so all the prices that we had are realistic prices that they would use. 200. Может быть, 200 рублей.
By presenting authentic prices, the teacher implicitly invites students to practice converting between the 2 currencies.
They're going to have to know that if they're going to be able to have a transaction. So I might as well teach it from the get-go so they kind of get the sense of it.
In their unrehearsed shopping role play, students must put their knowledge to work, asking for and giving prices in rubles. Students come away from the lesson having learned much more than vocabulary, and they will go to Russia ready to use their knowledge of both language and culture in context. How do you integrate culture and content into your language lessons?
StarTalk is a program of the National Foreign Language Center, sponsored by the National Security Agency.